Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Azula from the Hummingbird Coven. Welcome to my fire signs, to your May 2020 guidance. Although if you are new to my channel, just know that all of my messages are timeless, so whenever it is that you do see this video is exactly when you are meant to receive it. There is most likely a message in here for you that will resonate and that will help you on your journey. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to kind of jump right into your message. Again, this is my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is for sun, moon, and rising signs. Mostly your rising sign, but I would also suggest to check your sun and moon sign, whatever that is for you, to kind of get the full picture for me. So my fire signs. I chose this card to be on your kind of overall energy for the month from my Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. Ancestors has been a huge kind of energy that is making itself known. And it's because of all the energy that's kind of going on right now with the full moon in Scorpio happening next week on May 7th. I think 7th, 8th. And then Pluto also on the 25th, who is the ruling sign or ruling planet of Scorpio, sorry. Pluto went retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. Pluto is known to be a little bit destructive. It's known to kind of break things down to its core. It's kind of the energy of the underworld, like it's Hades energy, right? Lord of the underworld kind of thing. So it's going to make you go into the deepest, darkest parts of yourself and ask you to find your light, find your purpose, find your passion, your spark, your fire. It's definitely an energy of life, death, and rebirth. Specifically, rebirth is what we're kind of dealing with right now. I feel like right now, actually, we're kind of in the death energy. There's a lot of that energy playing out on many different levels of your life. This could just be death of an old way of living, moving into a new way of living, a new way of doing things, like death of an old job or the end of a relationship. It's kind of that kind of energy. But this can also be possibly death of family members as well. That's kind of the energy that we're just in. That's what the planets are causing to happen at this time, and it's asking us to flow with it, to embrace it, because ultimately there is a divine purpose in everything that happens in this natural world, and that's also kind of the energy is control, the ability to control in general, which is also ruled by Scorpio's energy, but control and power. Who really has control in this world, in the societies that we live in, within ourselves? Do we actually have control of ourselves, of our own emotions, of our own with our own discipline as well, and discernment of what is right and what is wrong, what is positive and what is negative in the things that we do? There's also an energy because of that as well, of kind of getting over addictions, or anything that kind of may have been an addiction to you, whether it is like binge watching or binge eating or smoking or drinking or sex for some people, or whatever the case scenario may be. It's kind of getting over these addictions to allow us to move forward in our life. It's realizing that maybe something even that might seem kind of harmless, at the end of the day, it's taking more away from you than it is giving to you. It's a temporary satisfaction, right? It's not actually giving you long-term pleasure. It's not actually fulfilling your innermost desires. And that's also why we're in this energy, Pluto and Scorpio, or especially during the time of the full moon in Scorpio. So just expect a lot of things to come up at that time, of things that you may have been kind of pushing into the background. They're going to make themselves very, very much known to you. Things that you have been doing that aren't the best for you, that aren't conducive to you as you, again, continue to move forward in your path and in your journey. Spirit's kind of saying, and our ancestors are calling us to remember our light, remember our passions, our purpose. What did we come here to do? What did we come here to fulfill? Because we didn't just come here to be born and go to school for like, I don't even know how many years, like 20 years, and then get a job and work at that job until you die. Like, that's not why we came here. We came here to fulfill a certain purpose. We all have a role to play in society, to keep it going. And it's not everything is for everyone. And that's also the other thing. Like, some people may be, well, again, everyone's on their own journey as well. But for some people, a certain thing might be actually helping them in that moment. It might actually be beneficial for them to do a certain thing, but for you, that's not beneficial because that's not your road. That's not your purpose. That's not what you were meant to be doing. Like someone who, this is just an example that's kind of coming into my head, is really random. But someone who like creates video games, yeah, maybe they should be playing video games for a lot of time during their day because they're also studying and trying to figure out or whatever that process is. But I think you understand what I mean. Like, not everything is for everyone. So focus your energy on what you are meant to be doing. Don't focus on what everyone else is doing. And, oh, I want to do this too because it's fun sometimes and it gives me like this satisfaction, this immediate satisfaction. But then afterwards, you might not actually be fulfilled or as fulfilled as you think you are. And it causes you to, like, it calls to you to keep coming back to it because you're giving it its time, the time and energy. But again, it's straying you off of your own path. I hope that makes sense. That was kind of a lot and a little bit all over the place. But yeah, I also see there's an energy because there's like these clouds, these blue clouds within the body here, which is kind of giving me breath control. Like, learn how to control your breath, learn how to control your fires, right? You need, like, fire needs air to also flame, burn, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It needs air, it needs wood as well, it needs earth as well, in a sense, to kind of get the fire going or get it lit. Yeah, okay, let me just get into this reading. But yeah, there's definitely an energy of learning to how to control your breath, essentially. Maybe for some of you, it's learning how to control your temper, or your frustrations when things irritate you and agitate you. How quick is your response, or are you able to take a breath and to actually analyze this situation, and kind of, again, take a step back. Why is this, whatever it is, why is it triggering me to have a certain response so quickly? Like, so quick, I almost didn't even think about it. It was just second nature. But was it actually helpful to me as well? Did it make me feel good afterwards? Or did I cut someone with my words or cut someone with my actions? Was it more of a win-lose situation, especially if you're dealing with someone that you care about? Yeah, so there is this energy of breath control and being mindful of your thoughts as well. It's like controlling the fires and like streamlining, I'm also seeing. You also have a emphasis on root chakra energies. Okay, let me just read your message for you. Fire guardian, ignite your passions. So connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. The fire guardian represents the angel of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to great expansion. Follow the fire guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side, okay, or because I've never read this, like most of this book before, If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. Okay, well then. My fire signs. Cool. Let's just get into your reading. I'm just going to leave that right there and get right into the reading. Okay, so I asked what the lessons are you for this month, for the month of May. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it did talk about a relationship. You have frog, seal, fox, and water. Lots of water energy for fire signs. And I was also with that message, for some of you, maybe check out the water signs reading and energy, because there was mention of Kundalini energy and activating and awakening that energy. For some of you, this might be with yourself or with a partner. I'm seeing definitely partnerships, twin flame relationship coming into your life possibly in the month of May. I'm seeing an energy of be more kind, be more compassionate. Again, that's giving me that mindful energy as well. How quick are you with your reactions when certain things make you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, or like you've lost your power in some way? When things frustrate you or agitate you, like how quickly do you respond to that? Again, without thinking for some of you. And Spirit is calling you, like you have to be aware of this. You have to start paying attention to this, because it's going to ultimately lead you towards failure and lead you towards a lot of burned bridges, right? When your fire gets out of control, it can burn, and it can destroy relationships. It can destroy like business partnerships, friendships, you know what I mean? Like it can destroy nature. And also the natural progression and flow of things, and the way things are meant to flow in your life. I'm definitely seeing go with the flow with all this water energy. I'm also seeing like ground yourself. Again, like anchor those fires, know how to control it, know how to ground your emotions, know how to be able to breathe through that energy. I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to teach you this month. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a transformation. Like this is going to completely change and help you change and put you on your path to, I feel like, a spiritual, I mean, we all have a spiritual purpose to fulfill. I feel like this is putting you on your path to your spiritual purpose, wherever you are in your journey. Like you are about to climb the next mountain in your journey. You're about to learn the next big lesson of your life and kind of achieve the next big thing in your life as well. Pay attention to any psychic flat, and that's again why I was feeling this water energy. And also maybe for some of you, check out, I'll see if I can post it down below, the water message for the month of April. That might resonate for you. There may be a message in there for you. But yeah, pay attention to any also psychic flashes that you have, maybe of where you are going in your life, or where do you want to go, maybe where do you want to take this relationship that you are in. Where do you want to see this relationship? How do you want to see this relationship evolve and transform? Is the seal's energy. I feel like you are going to have success, but you do have to learn how to be a little bit more compassionate and a little bit... I'm also getting like true to your word with this energy as well, with the Princess and the Frog energy, because the whole thing is like she got her ball back but then didn't, or like she wanted her ball back, her golden ball, and the frog was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it back, but you have to kiss me. And she agreed. She said, yeah, I'll do it. And then after she got her ball back, but then didn't kiss the frog, so the frog harassed her, or like stole the ball back again. I don't know how the original story goes. It's in the book, but I think you understand what I mean. Like, it's about being true to your word, being true to what you said that you were going to do. It's like holding up your end of the bargain to yourself mostly, but also to your relationships and also to spirit. What you agreed to do before you came into this marketplace, into this earth, into the world. Okay, let me read the numbers for you. So you have the card number 20. You have the card number 21, which equals a 3. So you have 2 and 3. You have a card number 8. And then you have card number 12. So definitely an emphasis on two energy. And then that's another 3 as well. So you have 2, 3, 8, 3. Might be an important numbers for you. I'm seeing pay attention to the 20th, the 21st, the 8th, which is again that energy around the full moon in Scorpio is around the date of the 8th. And the 12th also pay attention to. The 3rd as well. Also, I don't know if I said it, but this is going to be quite a lengthy reading, so just feel free to pause the video, grab your notebook if you haven't already, grab your tea or your water or anything that you need, get comfy, get your incense, light a candle, and just be able and be open and ready to kind of receive this message. So yeah, just feel free to pause the video at any time to do that. I'm going to get into the blessings. Yeah, see? Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a relationship. Of some sort. Again, it could be a friend. Like take how this resonates for you, obviously. It's a general reading, and I'm reading for 3 signs, so it's a lot of people that I'm kind of channeling for, but I definitely feel that this is a relationship, again, either with yourself, like balancing out your own masculine and feminine energies, or with your partner, your twin flame. So you have the rose, love and healing, dandelion, persist in pursuits. You have the storm, resolve conflicts, and the willow, veils parting. So again, I'm feeling like you need to allow yourself to also heal in this space as well. Allow love and healing to enter your life. Why are you so afraid maybe of this love that is trying to enter your life, or this gift that Spirit is trying to give to you? Again, an emphasis on your root chakra. And then you have dandelion, persist in pursuits, especially if this relationship, if this partnership is one that you feel is of value, is kind of your twin flame relationship, in a sense, or like a soulmate relationship. If you think that, again, this is part of your destiny, continue to persist in this relationship. I'm also getting solar plexus chakra, like allow yourself to be confident, and confidently you, like truly, who are you? Have you been putting on a mask? Have you been like doing things that you maybe think that this person wants to expects of you? Yeah, like have you been acting in a way or putting on a front because you think that this is what this person wants? It's like, no, you need to transform. You need to let that go. You need to be you authentically, and continue to persist in the things that you desire and the things that you want to create in this life. Continue to persist in this relationship. Resolve conflicts. There's a fox energy. Maybe there's someone, or maybe whoever you're dealing with has been kind of sneaky in the past, I'm getting with this fox energy, or maybe like tricky, or maybe like you felt like they were deceptive to you in some way. Again, you have resolved conflicts. And if you don't resolve it, Spirit is going to come in and resolve it. I'm also getting, like, I'm kind of getting Tower moment energy. And it's because Spirit has to break down something to put you on your path. But again, show more love to the situation. Continue to persist if you think that this is where you're meant to go. And then you have willow, veils parting. Again, this is telling me that Spirit is talking to you. Spirit is trying to send you messages. Spirit is giving you psychic flashes, maybe of better times in your relationship, or maybe of, I'm also feeling kind of like past life relationship, especially if this is like a twin flame or soulmate. Like you have been with this person in the past. So it might be giving you flashes of that relationship, or flashes of those emotions maybe that you felt from the past, or even like just earlier, in earlier stages of the relationship. It's like focus on the good things, right? Focus on the beauty. Focus on how far you've come already. Understand that you both maybe get a temper sometimes. You both make mistakes. You both say things that maybe you don't mean, right? Or do things that you don't mean to do. And it's like, forgive yourself and forgive this person so that you're able to move forward in this relationship. Again, veils parting. Spirit is trying to show you there is better to come. Again, if this is supposed to be part of your path and your destiny, there is better to come. Trust in it. Individuality. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing self-love, self-healing. Conclusions. Confidence. Listening. Okay, interesting. For some of you, I don't know if this is all of you, but for some of you, you might need to leave whatever relationship that you are in at this moment, because Spirit is trying to put you in your actual connection. That's only for some of you. For some of you, I feel like you just, whatever it is, you just need to, again, it's self-love, individuality. It's like you need to know who you are in the relationship as well. Allow this old chapter to close of whatever conflicts that you've been having. Allow that to close and write a new story. Again, Spirit is trying to give you a new beginning. Maybe with new partnership, maybe outside partnerships as well. Right? If this is a job situation, it's like maybe right now you need to be, again, an individual. You need to figure out who you are and what you want. Especially if you're in like a job or something. Right? That doesn't actually fill you with passion and inspiration. You don't really want to move forward in that. You're just doing it because you maybe feel like you have to. But it's like, be an individual. Allow yourself time to heal. Allow yourself to get to know yourself and what you really want to do, what you want to create in this life. And then allow that chapter to end and have the confidence also to move forward once you resolve whatever conflict that is. Because maybe it's conflicting you mentally as well. Have the confidence, listen to what the message is also that Spirit is trying to give you to help you move forward. It's trying to show you a better job or a better relationship in whatever way, a better friendship, better partnership, right? And then again, because we did have that sexual energy, for some of you, this is like you need to take time to figure out what you like. Quite frankly, figure out what you actually like and not what, again, you think that whoever your opposite is wants. Or wants you to like, or expects you to like, or whatever the case scenario may be. Like, be honest with yourself and be honest with them about what you will tolerate also. Like, make sure you have strong boundaries, I'm feeling as well. Because the spiritual path that you're meant to move into as well, it's like, you can't be fake. You can't pretend, because Spirit's going to knot you and say, you don't like this, you don't like this, you don't like this, get out, stop. Again, listen, right? And then darkness does not always equate to evil. Light does not always equate to good. So again, I'm feeling in this same place, in this deep place within yourself, where your desires lie. And there's usually like a negative connotation on desires. But darkness, your desires, does not always mean evil, does not always mean temptations. Right? Sometimes our desires are something that we actually want to create in this life. Sometimes what maybe a person that we've put in power on a pedestal in some way that we kind of look to. I'm also kind of seeing this as more of the outside world. In whatever way. This person who we put in power that we look up to. and who's kind of telling us, well, this is the way it should be. I'm also getting emphasis on books. Like, again, because this is spiritual, I'm kind of seeing like doctrines kind of energy. Right? Saying this is the right way to do something. It does not always mean it's good for everyone. It might be good for them because that's what they personally enjoy. But that's not what you enjoy. That's not what fills you with pleasure and sparks your passions. Again, it's like, find yourself, know who you are, and then have the confidence to own that and move forward with that, with this horse's energy as well. Card number 47, 11, which is like a portal. You're moving into a new space, but also if you break it down, that's card number 2. So we have 2 2s here, which is 4. The 4th might be an important day for you as well. But yeah, I feel like you're moving into it, and especially because it's so much fire energy, I'm getting like 2 of Wands, which is you're at a crossroads right now, and you're kind of deciding, okay, does this fill me with like happiness and love and healing energy, and again, that spark, that passion, or do I need to close a chapter on something and move in a new direction? It's like, which road are you going to take? And again, it's having the initiative, the courage, the confidence to be able to follow the advice of divine that you've been getting in however you kind of are in your spiritual spaces. I feel like maybe also water might be where you receive some of that information, maybe in a bath, or maybe in a shower, or by like outside by a lake or by a river, like a body of water. When you sit by yourself and you actually contemplate, okay, what do I want? Who am I? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel full with pleasure and again, passion. Like, again, listen to yourself. Listen to the voice of your soul. It's trying to give you messages and put you on the path. Card number 12, another card number 3, which is about creation. Again, you're creating something new for yourself. Card number 42, card number 6, which is about a balance. This is also co-creation with spirit. So again, for some of you, I'm seeing like, again, once you figure out who you are within yourself and you balance the masculine and feminine energies within yourself, and you know how to take those energies, put it together, as well as the information that spirit gives you, which is that third element, you are then able to create. And then with the card number 6, I'm also seeing like it's trying to give you your match. Like spirit is trying to give you your partner and the partnerships that will help you evolve, that have this equal, because they are balanced and you are balanced, and then you put them together, those 2, 3 energies, and then it's like harmony. 6 is the number of harmony. It's about restoring balance, which is my whole kind of reason for doing all of this, is to restore the balance within ourselves and within this natural world. So again, I feel like Spirit's trying to put you on your path. Continue to listen. Okay, let me get your ancestral guidance. Be brave and honest. Harness mystic power. Release the old and rest. Track down your fears and desires. Yep. Knight, be brave and honest. Again, I'm getting an energy of be true to your word. Be true to your spiritual calling. Again, your purpose, what you came here to do, what you came here to fight for, which is yourself and your personal well-being and happiness. I'm also seeing there's a cup in the back, like a chalice in the background, and then you also have that roses energy. So I am seeing a definite emphasis on self-love and your own individuality. The truth might scare you, because maybe for some of you it's not like, it's going to make you also an individual. It's going to set you apart from the crowd. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that water energy. You're going to seem different. It's going to feel different. And it's about like, how do I navigate that space? And again, with this swords energy, I'm seeing like, make sure you are able to control your breathing. Like, be able to also breathe all the way down to your root chakra. I'm also getting. But yeah, Spirit is trying to give you a new idea, a new spark to help you move forward. Harness mystic power. This is High Priestess. What I'm getting with this is you have the power to transform your situation. You just have to choose to write it. For some of you, it is that. It's like, write it down. What do you want? Like, once you figure out what you want, write it down. Maybe I'm kind of feeling like in as much detail kind of as you can. And allow it to manifest, like watch it manifest is kind of what I'm getting. Write down what you truly desire, what do you truly want for your life. That is also how you'll transform your situation. And then release the old and rest, Autumn. Let go of all these conflicts, again, that you've had in the past. Have the confidence to be able to move forward. You've gone through a lot. And it's been heavy, and it's been, I feel like, maybe weighing on some of you mentally, at least. And again, that's what's making you feel so triggered and responding in a certain way. But it's like, you have to resolve that. You have to let that go. Release it. And allow yourself this time also to rest so that you are able to be reborn. Autumn, right? This is the energy when things kind of start to die, right? And when things go to sleep and go into hibernation mode, and then in spring they are reborn. And they reach for the sun, like they reach for their dreams. I'm feeling. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Again, in this space, I feel like you're going to get a lot of downloads. A lot of information is going to come in that maybe also can be a little bit overwhelming and like mentally conflicting as well. But Spirit is saying, like, what is scaring you about the situation? And then this is again that like blue energy all over his body. Again, connect to your emotions. Connect to your emotions. Go check out that water. I'm just going to recommend it now. Check out the water message. But connect to your breath. Figure out why, again, you are being triggered in this way. And then see if you can swim past that. And see what did you actually want maybe in that situation? What were you maybe expecting to happen? And maybe that's why you got so upset. And that's why it's always a trigger for you now. Again, this is Capricorn energy here in the arrow. So I am seeing like an energy of control and discern, like understand maybe who really has control in the situation. If you react so quickly, you don't really have control of yourself, of the situation. And again, that loss of power maybe makes you feel threatened. So understand that and realize that. And then set stronger and healthier boundaries for yourself, so that you don't react in a way that is not just. I'm also feeling you're able to actually focus on what you truly want out of the situation. Okay, let me get your planet, sign, and house supporting you for the month of May. Mars, Scorpio, wow, in the 6th house. Interesting. That's Virgo's energy as well. Mars is Aries energy, and then you have Scorpio, which I've been talking about that for the whole reading. Okay. I'm going to read the actions that they have for you to take, and then the outcomes as well. Yeah, I am seeing a definite focus in your job, in your work. So maybe it's more so in your work relationships that this is changing. Maybe you're becoming an entrepreneur, an individual for some of you. Creating like your own maybe collective or of some kind. Anyways, okay. Energize the extraordinary power of prayer as a full-time job. Interesting. Energize the extraordinary power of prayer as a full-time job. Confront the highest and lowest aspects of serving. Force yourself to control the situation and do it a little at a time. Very interesting. The drive for purification to resurrect service to others. The drive for purification to resurrect service to others. The confronting of the secrets of what is good for us. Action resulting from the power of your work. Again, because we have this Mars energy, and especially with it being over this Knight's energy. This might be specifically for Aries, but I feel like it's for all of the fire signs. Again, Aries is the war god, right? Aries is the one who has this, like, will fight aggressively for something. Or Mars energy anyways. And it's again, what are you fighting for? What are you actually fighting for? Who are you fighting for maybe as well? I feel like you guys are influencing other people. And your work is powerful. But also you have to be able to go into that space. Again, because it's not all bad. Right? Nothing in this world is completely negative. There is good to be found in it. You just have to be willing to actually dig through and search through to find it. Right? People thought, this is just an example, but people thought that marijuana was all bad. Mostly because people overused it, right? And it gave them, it had negative effects. When you overuse anything, when you hoard anything, when you, again, abuse anything, it's going to have negative effects, but whatever the thing, like, it's not all bad. The abuser maybe isn't all bad, right? There is light in there. And you also have the snake's energy again in here, which is also giving me transformation. It's like transform whatever it is. Find the light in whatever it is that you're doing maybe. That has maybe become an addiction. There was probably an original reason why you stepped into that space. That possibly was for healing. In some way. Or to help others maybe in some way. But you abused your power. Or you let that take away your power, I'm also hearing. And it's like, remember like everything has a purpose. Everything that grows and evolves and changes and goes through the cycles of life has a spiritual purpose. That's the food we eat. That's us. That's the animals. That's society as an ever-growing, ever-evolving society as well. It has a purpose to serve. Sometimes we make wrong turns and do negative things, but that doesn't mean that we are bad or we are evil or whatever, right? Remember the light. Ooh. High Priestess twice. Yeah, you guys have some information that you need to open yourself up to, I'm feeling like, as well. For some of you, maybe you're being too logical about the situation. You need to let spirit guide you and move you forward. Again, there's an emphasis on feminine energy. It's like, let go of that masculine energy that again, masculine energy is not all bad, but it is an energy that tends to want to move forward quickly and like be aggressive about whatever it is that it's fighting for, right? Mars is like the ultimate kind of masculine energy. And it's like, nope, step into your femininity. Step into spirit. Remember who actually has control. Mother Earth actually has control. Right? 8 of Swords. Chariot. And then Judgment, which is rebirth. I feel like you guys have been procrastinating. You've been avoiding something that you know you're meant to kind of awaken yourself to. You know you have to deal with it. You know you have to face it, but you've been avoiding it. And then Chariot's energy is balancing out your head and your heart space, the center of your being, that where you receive your confidence, that solar plexus energy that I was feeling. And heart chakra. Sorry. Many cards on the table. It's balancing out those two spaces. And this is also Oya energy, especially with this storm, and this card depicts Oya, who is the bringer of change. She's also the guardian of the graveyard. She's the one who kind of carries the souls who have passed into the heavenly realm, into Orun, as we call it. And again, it's like, let go of this old way of living, this old way of believing. Maybe you know that you have something else that you need to share with the world, that you need to kind of step into for yourself first, though, to understand and to accept that this is your destiny, that you were meant to fight in this way. Oya is also a warrior. She's like the most kind of masculine feminine energy, but she represents the divine feminine energy, which is interesting. She's the one who will fight for the divine feminine and for the rights of the divine feminine as well, and for justice in that way. And then you have this rebirth energy, and again, it's this is her animal as well. I think it's a bison. But also bull's energy is essentially what that is. We are in Taurus season at this time. It's like during Taurus season, especially during the energy of the Scorpio full moon, is when this change is going to happen, and we are being moved forward whether we like it or not. So you can either awaken to your destiny, or you can keep fighting it and be stuck in the old cycle with this 8 card as well. 8 isn't my number of cycles, you already know. And this is card number 7, which is divine wisdom. You have another card number 2, and then you have another card number 20, which is another card number 2. And again, this is a rebirth. This is Judgment Day. We're being called to action. But you have to remember the purpose of what you're actually fighting for. Let me get the clarifiers. Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. 9 of Wands. Queen of Swords. Holy. And King of Cups. Wow. Yeah. See? Twin flame energy with these cards here. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. People who are connected to their emotions. And again, Scorpio energy and Cancer energy. We also have Aquarius. And then Sagittarius and the Sun, which is Leo. Yeah. Wow. This is, yeah. Yeah, it's like connect to your emotions. Allow yourself to feel the deepest, like allow the deepest, most powerful energy and feeling to move through you, and learn how to control it. You have so much pent-up energy right now. You have so many boundaries up right now because you've been procrastinating. You haven't been moving forward when you know you should have been. In whatever way that this is for you. You know that you're supposed to make a change and move on to the next cycle, but you've been procrastinating and not paying attention to whatever it is that you need to deal with. Whatever it is that you need to let go of, maybe. or whatever it is that needs to transform. You've been procrastinating, so now you have all this pent-up energy because Spirit gave you the energy to deal with this, but you wasted it. You wasted it. And I don't mean to sound like I'm cussing you out, but like Spirit's saying, you wasted it. And for some of you, you cut with your words, Queen of Swords, because you moved too quickly. You weren't balanced in head and heart. Right? Again, because you have all this pent up fiery energy within you. So anything that triggers you, you're going to cut it. You're going to, yeah. Spirit is saying you guys need to learn how to balance these emotions. And that happens when you're more compassionate. You're more empathetic. You tap into that feminine energy that's within you. When you confront your own demons as well. And you're honest with yourself. Be brave and honest. Some addictions are really hard to let go of. It's not like it's easy. It's not like it's going to happen overnight. And that's the other thing. It's not going to happen overnight. So you have to keep at it. You have to continue every day to just say, no, I'm in balance and I'm going to make the right decision for myself. And I know that's easier said than done, but that is where you use your discernment. So you can resolve your own mental conflicts that you're having, because you know as soon as you move towards this thing, something in your head, the Spirit is probably in your head saying, hi, hello, you know you shouldn't do that, right? Why are you still reaching for that? But you know that's going to take away the energy that you have that I just gave you and the power that I just gave you, and now you're just giving it to this temporary satisfaction. You know, but you're still going to, okay, cool. And then you wonder why you're in a continuous cycle. You wonder why you always feel defeated, or why you have so many boundaries up and why you're so testy. Maybe why you feel like you need to manipulate other people in negative ways. Maybe you're the one who's being a little bit sneaky because you're not being honest with yourself. So how could you be honest with your partners? Right? Remember who you are. Remember the power that you do carry, because you are so powerful. This energy right here, is so powerful. It's like, get out of that stagnant energy. You've been there way too long. Spirit has so much more for you, but you just keep holding on to this one thing. Because again, maybe it helped you feel better in the past, but it's not helping you now. It's holding you back. And again, I'm seeing that is when you are able to also master your masculine energy and your spiritual purpose. King of Cups. Also, that is when your partner comes back to you, or comes into your life in perfect and divine timing. That is when maybe the relationship is rebirthed. Is when you confront yourself and your own bad habits. And you say, yeah, no, I'm making a change. Winds of change. A change for the better. I'm using the wisdom that Spirit gave me. The knowledge, the truth. Right? That sword is a sword of truth. To make better decisions for your life. And again, to fight for what actually matters. If your relationship matters to you, first of all, your relationship with yourself should 100% matter to you, because for some things, some addictions can lead to death, right? And it's a season of death. Are you going to let your addiction steal your life? When you have so much potential. I pulled the animals and the goddesses that are supporting you this month. So you have the peacock. Hope you can see that. Vision, wisdom, beauty, guardianship. The many eyes in the peacock's tail feathers are associated with vision and wisdom. In Greek mythology, the bird was a symbol of the goddess Hera, who I think also she came up for you as well, who kept it in her temple as a many-eyed guard. Muslims of Java believe the peacock guards the gate to paradise. In Europe, peacock mythology has varied, and depending on the culture, may represent a bad omen or symbolize the soul. Yeah, this peacock's energy, did it come up in the water signs? Or something else, maybe I'll find it, but it was an energy of also pride and ego, right? The double-edged sword of beauty kind of thing. Are you so proud that you won't let go of this thing because you feel like this is what defines you? Have you made it define you? Or can you again let go of that and be actually true to who you are and be innocent again as you were as a child? Remember your inner child as well. Would your inner child approve of what you're doing right now? Maybe your own children. Would your own children, because also there's an energy of children here, would your own children approve? I'm also getting, would your mother approve, maybe? For some of you. Okay, dolphins, energy. And I hope you can see that as well. A little bit dark. Hold on, let's see. Can I fix it? A little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So the dolphin card. Dolphins are also supporting you this week. Or this month, sorry. Life, feminine energy, and sexuality. The dolphin is associated with feminine energies and the primordial waters of life. The word derives from the Greek delphinos or womb. Demeter, the Greek goddess of fertility, was represented by the dolphin in her role as mistress of the sea. In the painting, the life-giving and feminine energy themes are emphasized by both the swimming dolphins that frame the woman's face and the infant emerging from a womb-like nautilus shell. Again, that energy of sexual energy and of sex. Like, for some people, sex is an addiction, but it's because they were just chasing the pleasure, the temporary satisfaction. When you're in a divine union or a divine partnership and you make love, which is what really that energy is meant to be, is making love and co-creating the spirit, as I was saying, that is when you are able to create new life. And then even without having to actually have a child, like, that energy is still powerful enough for you to be able to manifest when you set your intention on these things. Again, set your intention on what it is that you want to create. And you can use that energy to manifest it into your life. You also have the rabbit supporting you, which is again that energy of spring, that energy of children and childbirth, and new life, rebirth, power, abundance, heroism, seasons, cycle of life. In the Chinese zodiac, the rabbit is the most propitious sign. Sorry, guys. Those born under the rabbit are thought to have considerable power. In many cultures, the rabbit is a lunar creature with feminine energies whose outline can be seen in the face of the full moon. Many Native American rabbit myths tell of the hare returning the sun to the sky and restoring warmth, the patterns of day and night, and the seasons and prosperity. The rabbit in this painting is Kaltes, a moon goddess venerated by the Ugric peoples of western Siberia. Although this goddess can assume many forms, the hare is sacred to her. And then the goddess is supporting you this month. And look, another energy of, like, how much does that look like that? Okay. Wow. Yeah, these names, though, I'm really sorry, guys. Valkyrie. The bird goddess is one of the most ancient goddesses, both a life-giving creator and a goddess of death and regeneration. This goddess, a northern European goddess, is a representation of this goddess as a death wielder. The bird guise of the Valkyrie is that of a raven, or of the raven, which you got in your autumn card. Excuse me. Long associated with death and magic. The name means chooser. Wow, why am I like stumbling over my words? The name means chooser of the slain. The face and form of the Valkyrie are the last thing a person sees before death. They are psychopomps who lead the soul to the afterworld. For ancient people, death was part of a cyclical process leading again to rebirth. Black was a positive color, a symbol of fertility and abundance. It represented that part of us that is unafraid of the dark places, and she can lead us into and through them. She reminds us that seeds germinate in the darkness, that sometimes we need darkness in order to grow. Again, dark is not, with that listening card, darkness does not always equate to evil. Light does not always equate to good. Selene, Queen. I'm so sorry. Queen of the starlit heavens is the ancient Greek goddess of the moon. She carries the moon across the sky in a white chariot driven. Interesting. With the chariot's energy. In a white chariot driven by winged horses or bulls. She is wow. Slow it down. Maybe that's why. Control your breathing. Okay. She is the totality of the moon. With its waxing into fullness and waning into darkness, Selene fell in love with a mortal. Oh, it's a separate sentence. Selene fell in love with a mortal, Endymion. When she descended to the earth to join this mortal, he fell into a deep sleep from which he never awoke. Selene continued to visit him nightly. In later Greek mythology, Selene represented the full moon, while Artemis represented the crescent or waxing moon, and Hecate the waning and dark moon. Hence, Selene is Phoebe, meaning bright, shining. She is traditionally represented with the crescent moon as a diadem. Selene represents the fullness of life, incorporating all phases of light and darkness in her shining. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's an energy of the masculine energy kind of needs to go to sleep or face the darkness. Again, this could be within yourself or within your partnership. Probably both, to be very honest. Yeah, the masculine energy kind of needs to face its darkness right now. Face its rebirth. The feminine energy is strong and ready to go, and she's like, yeah, spirit downloads are here, but we have to balance the masculine side now so that we are able to move forward. Because that is the energy that moves things forward, right? And then you have the energy of Hera, which is again that peacock's kind of energy. So Hera is an ancient goddess who, before she appeared as a wife to Zeus in Greek mythology, was a powerful matrilineal queen in her own right. Hera is the original, all-powerful, multifunctional goddess responsible for every aspect of existence. A symbol of the complete woman, among the Greeks, Hera was a goddess of marriage, a special goddess of woman who accompanies each woman through every moment of her life. Her various titles point to her roles as bringer of fertility, goddess of marriage, protector of children, of women during childbirth, and of money, and presider over all aspects of public life. She was often represented with a peacock, symbolic of beauty, luxury, and immortality. The spots on its feathers reflect the starry firmament, and the peacock has knowledge of the weather, reflecting the ancient role of the goddess as bringer of the seasons. Hera is a mature, powerful goddess, combining both practicality and nurturing a strong image of the supremacy of the queen within. Yeah. Again, the divine feminine energy is continuing to get stronger. and depending on who you are, again, that can trigger certain people or certain aspects within yourself. When these also psychic flashes, maybe for some of you, start to get stronger and you're like, I don't know what this is, I don't know how to deal with it. Some people used to demonize it and call it evil in the past, right, with this energy of witches that's kind of on the table. Again, it's like, it's healing those spaces, finding the light within that space as well, and remembering that that has a positive purpose to kind of play out, and you have a positive purpose to play out and to serve others as well. And you're stepping into your actual career, not just your job, not just your work, but like, I feel like this is your career. This is what you were meant to do. This is going to bring you satisfaction and fulfillment, and it's going to give other people so much satisfaction and fulfillment, because you are also probably helping them on their journeys. Yeah, and that is your energy. My fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Again, I encourage you to check out your sun and moon signs, as well as the water energy, which is so clear in this pile. And again, even if that's not your sun or moon sign, it might be one of your personal planets, might be have water sign energies, or even your north node. I'm kind of feeling as well, especially with this energy of King of Cups, this Cancer energy, because right now the north node in the sky, which is like what we want to strive to, what we want to achieve to, in our, well, depending on what it is for your time of birth, that's your own personal kind of goal for your life. But in the overall, in the general energy of every given moment, because it doesn't matter what your sign is or whatever, we're all living, and the planets are always changing. So right now the north node is in the sign of Cancer. It's moving into the sign of Gemini, which always reminds me of this energy here, this seals energy. And again, that twin flame partnerships kind of energy, we're coming into that aspect. And I think also something about the vertex point, which is about fated meetings, we're moving towards that energy as well. And I feel like that will, if not during the energy of the full moon in Scorpio, will be shortly after it. Also probably during the time of the new moon in Gemini, which is also happening right after. So yeah, that's kind of what we want to strive to and achieve to. It's remember, Cancer's energy, it wants to be safe. It wants to feel secure. It wants to, like, it doesn't like being threatened as well. But it's also this energy of kind of going into the darker parts of yourself and finding your hidden value and finding your purpose and your worth. It's also rules the energy of the moon, and also with that, the mother energy. So it also has to do with your family as well. It rules the energy of the fourth house, which is about your family and security in that as well. I mean, the fourth house, it's the fourth universal year. I've been talking about this on my channel, so you should already know. Again, we're finding those stabilities, those building blocks, that solid foundation for our future. So right now, again, it's like, look back into your own family as well. These gifts come through your bloodline. So look into it and just see what you find and see how it can help you, and continue to also build your connection with your ancestors and with your family, and with your partnerships and whatever that is. If it's worth it, continue to persist in it. And if it's not worth it, you need to cut it out. Because Spirit is trying to align you with your destiny, with the person who you are meant to be with. So don't hold on to it if it's not working. And again, this is in whatever it is, however this resonates for you. And I'm going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope that it helped you in your personal growth, in your own personal journey. I wish you happy healing and an incredible May season. I will see you in my next video. Peace.